Hello children, grade 7 students, welcome all of you once again in our big lesson, which is kingdom classification. Obviously we are studying all the organisms that fall under a certain kingdom, okay, and then we have seen what is kingdom Monera. We have studied about bacteria till now. We are going to move ahead with our next kingdom, that is kingdom protist, and we are going to study amoeba as an example. Okay, so here are the general features about it, that it is a unicellular microscopic protist. It is found in fresh water and moist soils. So amoeba is a protist. Please do not get confused. Bacteria belongs to Monera. Amoeba is a protist. Here it is unicellular microscopic protist and it is found in fresh water and moist soil. The biggest difference is that bacteria is having it is a prokaryote, whereas amoeba is a eukaryote. Okay, though both of them are unicellular. Let us come to the next parameter, that is structure. So as seen in the pic here, you can see it is very irregular, very irregular. It doesn't have a very permanent shape and a prominent shape. It keeps on changing. Okay, that's its peculiarity actually, you can say, and because of that it is able to move anywhere and get its food. Okay, the next point says that it is irregularly shaped with a thin plasma membrane. We know that every cell has got a cell membrane or a plasma membrane. So here it is very thin. The cytoplasm is differentiated into two parts, outer ectoplasm and inner endoplasm. Like the outer boundary, you can say, that is called as ectoplasm. There is one thin line that bifurcates the cytoplasm into outer and inner. It is just like a border between India, Pakistan or whatever, So there is a border, and outer section is going to be outer ectoplasm, inner section is going to be inner endoplasm. It is called as endoplasm. Fine. Next, it has got obviously a well defined nucleus. Fine. That's what I told you, the main difference between amoeba and bacteria. Then it comes to contractile vacuole. The name itself tells us that it is able to contract and relax, change its position, shape and size according to the water content in it, okay, as it is controlling the water content. Fine. So it also needs water. Obviously it's more often it is a aquatic organism, so it's going to regulate the inflow and the outflow of the water. Contractile vacuole is responsible for that. One more vacuole, that is food vacuole, and it stores food obviously. Okay, the next is it has got a temporary finger like cytoplasm filled projections. So you can just say that there is one amoeba, okay, and whenever it wants to move ahead, it just projects itself, one part of it, and that projection is called as pseudopodia. What is it called? Pseudopodia. P is silent over there, and it is called as pseudopodia. And this is used by the amoeba for locomotion and also for engulfing the prey. Engulfing means to absorb it. खा लेता है वो, ठीक है. This pseudopodia, what it will do, it will act like a net for the prey. It will just surround itself around the prey and absorb it, engulf it. So for nutrition and also for locomotion, the pseudopodia is acting for. These false feet are formed by the extension of the cytoplasm. These are called as false feet. Obviously they are not the true ones, they are not the original, they are not meant only for locomotion. Like we have limbs, they are only meant for locomotion, right? Or say hopping, jumping and stuff. But then amoeba doesn't have any kind of special organs meant for locomotion. That's why it is called as false feet. So this is a picture which is going to show you all the important parts. The pseudopodia extension, you can see they're finger like. Then you can see the nucleus in the center. You can see a food vacuole there. You can see a plasma membrane. There is one section called as crystal. Then there is a contractile vacuole. There is endoplasm inside cytoplasm. The outer one is called as ectoplasm. Fine. So these are the important parts of the amoeba. Next is how does it obtain its nutrition? So it feeds on microscopic organism. Obviously it is so small, it cannot take a bigger thing than itself. So it is also going to feed on small organisms. Nutrition in amoeba is holozoic and occurs in the following steps. Holozoic itself means it is much similar to what we have. the method of nutrition. If you remember, in 6th standard we had human body, in that we had digestion, in that we had few steps named as ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, egestion. So same applies here to amoeba. Okay, so here also they are mentioned, it is there's the intake of solid food which is ingested, digested, absorbed and assimilated. Yeah, last step is missed out, sorry. Egestion is also there, obviously. Ingestion and egestion is totally opposite. Ingestion is to ingest, to take in. Egest is to exit, to throw away the waste. That way you can remember it and do not get confused. So it starts with ingestion. Amoeba senses food. Okay, so it senses food. Once it senses along with the pseudopodia, is going to move towards that direction, the food particle, and then it is going to surround itself and engulf or absorb it. Fine. And then there are certain enzymes, like we have the enzymes in our pancreas, liver and all, they all rush to break down the food that is in the stomach. Okay, so there are certain enzymes here also which will help the food to get broken down, and once they are broken down, the next step of absorption will start. So here absorption is the next step, and here the nutrients will be absorbed into the cytoplasm. Assimilation, once the nutrients reach the cytoplasm, the protoplasm, that is the cytoplasm plus nucleus, will enlarge. Like you people grow when you get the new proper nutrients, you grow in height and width, say in the sense, sorry, you get some kind of a weight also, right? Yeah, with the right amount of nutrients. So it is same over here with the amoeba, that it will grow in its size, okay, because it is gaining all that nutrients. A new protoplasm, it is its body itself. Protoplasm will include, again and again I'm telling, cytoplasm plus nucleus, okay, and obtain energy. Obviously it will gain energy, which it can use for various purposes. Okay, we need energy for so many purposes. Same with amoeba, for metabolism, for breathing, or for whatever, the transport of the food from one part of the body to the other. Last step is egestion, the undigested waste that are left in the food vacuole. Food vacuole will have some leftovers. Now it has to be thrown out. So what will the food vacuole do? Move towards its rear end, towards the very near end or towards the end of the cell, and it ruptures the cell membrane. The outer covering will rupture and release this waste out of the body. All that is all it does. Okay, so the process is very simple. Ingestion and egestion for amoeba. So here is a diagram that is showing amoeba senses the food, then it will surround itself with the pseudopodia, engulf it, and it forms a food vacuole, and then engulf it with the food, forms a food vacuole, and the last is it will develop, the size will grow as in protoplasm will grow. So there are 4 steps showing the nutrition in amoeba. This is nutrition, remember, because locomotion, which is below, which I am going to teach you, is also much similar. पर इसमें प्लीज़ देखो कि यहाँ पे सिर्फ एक pseudopodia protrude हो रहा है और अमीबा आगे बढ़ रहा है. In the exam, many students get confused and nutrition के लिए locomotion लिख देते हैं, locomotion के लिए nutrition लिख देते हैं. यहाँ पे nutrition नहीं हो रहा है, यहाँ पे कोई खाना नहीं खाया जा रहा है. The amoeba is simply moving in another direction. So this is locomotion. There is no food particle shown here. Whereas here, food particle is shown. It is surrounded, it is absorbed, it is engulfed, right? Yeah. So that was about nutrition. Let us see about what locomotion is. Amoeba obviously moves with the help of pseudopodia. We just saw that finger-like projection. Okay, and in a specific direction, the cytoplasm rushes out. This kind of movement is called amoeboid movement, and there is a name given to it. Step 1. It forms a pseudopodia from the cytoplasmic projection in the direction of movement. So it will extend its cytoplasm. एक थोड़ा सा protrusion होगा, ठीक है? Then in the step 2, ये protrusion और बढ़ेगा, extend होगा. The pseudopodia is going to increase its length towards the direction it has to move. The extension continues, और ये extension continue होगा. Okay, how will it continue? The flow of the protoplasm will continue. उसके अंदर जो protoplasm है, the protoplasm, I mean the nucleus and the cytoplasm will keep on moving towards that particular direction. Fine. Then step 3, the final one, when amoeba, now it is moving, that's all. Okay, now they are giving here a condition that in case if it has to change its direction, it is going to develop another pseudopodia. It is not going to take a U-turn, such a long thing. No, it will develop. Suppose it was going towards east and now it decides to go to west. It will not take a U-turn or something. It will develop another pseudopodia towards the west direction and then make a move towards that direction. As simple as that. So this is how, see, first step, second step, you can see the flow of the protoplasm there. Then the nucleus also moving towards that direction. It keeps on moving and moving with the help of the pseudopodia. So there are two things which we have studied, and I have purposely taken it together, the nutrition and the locomotion, because then you should not get confused between these two. Okay, and I think these two are much enough for one session, because then the content is more. I want you to make a flow chart of it, or a small steps which shows the locomotion and which shows the nutrition process. So nutrition in amoeba, as I told you, is holozoic. It means it has the steps: ingestion, absorption, assimilation, egestion. Fine. Egestion is to throw away the waste, egest. Whereas in, to let the food in. Okay. You please remember this, because I really don't want you people to get confused in any way. So children, whatever is the assignment, please complete. If you have started with the objective questions from section 1, well and good. From section 2 also, please start attempting the first 2 questions. If that is done, go ahead to the next 2 questions. Okay, we have only 2 lectures in a week, so you can move ahead slowly. So our writing should also get over in the notebook. And you can always cut short the answers that are given. That is a PDF. You can always put those longer sentences into shorter ones. Make your own notes. Okay, now that the exam was online and all, I hope you have learned how to make the answers very short in your own language without losing the meaning of this answer that is asked. Okay children, so this is all clear. These pictures here, you can just practice the diagram of the amoeba, the structure of amoeba, and the other 2 diagrams which are there, that won't come for the drawing as such. Yeah, but diagram based question 200%. Out of these 2, one is surely asked, but then you will not get confused, क्योंकि यहाँ पे it is nutrition going on, it is engulfing a prey, whereas the other thing here, it is moving in one particular direction. That means it's locomotion. I'm telling this to you because I've corrected it for so many years, and the same mistake, like say 25%, 25 to 30% students make a simple mistake just because of the hurry. They could just observe the picture very clear and then decide whether it is moving ahead or it is capturing a prey. So please be alert towards the pictures, since this is going to be confusing, and then decide what the process is being shown in the diagram. So all of you, please take care of yourself, take care of your health. Let this bacteria and viruses not affect us. Eat healthy for that purpose. It is very essential. Whatever your mama is cooking, whether it be green vegetables, palak, ye wo sab kha lena. Salads, very important. Have some kadha and all to increase your immunity. Very important, and simple things but very important things. Okay. So hope to meet you soon in the online session. Till then, you please complete your notes, the assignments, and amoeba can be very beautiful to draw also. You can just practice it by using various colors and all. What happens when you do it, when you practice it with flow chart or a diagram based, it remains in your memory for a longer time. But if you simply read like a story or something, it won't be retained, na? So that is why it is very essential to practice. Do not forget to practice, to write, to draw. Do not let go that habit of writing, children. Though your mama, papa or teachers are not around to hold your hand and make it do just like we do in the class, but doesn't matter. You please be true to yourself for the sake of your own good. Please do not leave this habit, because anyway in the future you have to come across this, if not now, later. Okay, so do not get lose the touch of it. Retain that habit of writing, drawing, flowcharts, mind maps. the study becomes really fun and easy, let me tell you. Okay, do not make it complicated, just simplify things and enjoy your learning. So it was a good time with you all. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have a nice time ahead. Bye bye for now.